Kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
14. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a...
DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Hopkins, 61 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha. That was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. This is Carson. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. On third down, Wilson. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. A big boot that time. 57 yards, the official distance. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now Wentz on third down. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them.
Now a hit and a loose football.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Pressure comes. arms, and Wilson's going to go down. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. That one good for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the 1st down to go along with it.
36, good enough. Good job right there.
On 1st down, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. His throw incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
65.
And here's Wilson to throw again. And that is caught. What a catch inside the 5. The end result, 21 yards. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Check nickel.
Now it's Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. No success on 1st down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going.
And I think the ball's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line, that's where they'll take over.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had a fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Tackled that time by Sidney Jones.
14.
On second down, it's Carson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On second down now, it's Carson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Hey, alert.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They'll get this out wide to Taylor. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Wynn's going to try and throw on third. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
It's got to the point when we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. They run it with Carson, and obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. 3rd and 2. Now Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because
DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Hopkins, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Here's Wilson to throw. Flush to his right. Gonna throw right side here. Complete. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Pulled in at the 24. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you were. All the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Let's go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From just shy of midfield, Wentz with a catch made by Hopkins. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Kill, kill, kill.
On 2nd down, Boyle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Boyle. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 43 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Carson. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll run on 1st down. Rolling. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Rolling. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try the left side. Rolling. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw.
It got his man complete. That goes for a gain of 31. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the 39, Wentz, it's complete to Hopkins. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Rolling. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On 2nd down now. Rolling. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Wentz. Flushed out right. He may try, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. To throw is Wentz. And it's caught. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Rolling. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run the counter. Rolling. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. That one a first down pickup of 8. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Wentz. He finds Hopkins complete. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the book.